Welcome traders and investors from across the globe. This is Fugazi, aka CryptoMill 13, and as always, striving to achieve absolute freedom. Before we get started, I just wanted to get a few things out of the way. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a broker, I'm not a stockbroker, I'm not a broker of any kind. Any of these numbers or any of these trades that I talk about in my videos are just personal opinions. These are merely just a reflection of what I'm doing in the cryptocurrency world, and I suggest that nobody follow any of my own trades, nobody invest in any of the coins that I talk about unless you do your own research. It is your own hard-earned money that you're putting on the line. You should never ever trade with money that you're going to need next month for rent, for food, whatever it may be. You only use money that you are comfortably able to lose. It is a very risky business. It's a very volatile market. Do not invest or risk any of your money unless you are willing to take a big hit. If you don't like my channel, move on to something else. Okay, this is my own personal journey. And again, these videos are just a reflection of my own personal opinions. Okay. With that said, let's get going. I will be talking about titanium today. As you guys already all know, titanium is Michael Stollaire's brainchild. So today's video is about Michael Stollaire's company, Titanium, and I'm very excited about it. As a matter of fact, I haven't been this excited in a long time. I guess maybe even since Electronium, I would say. So Titanium Infrastructure Services by Michael Stollaire. It's going to be massive in my opinion, and this is the reason why. What they're providing is basically a host of services that will appeal to basically any company that does any kind of e-commerce. Whether it's eBay or Amazon, all the way down to somebody who's selling their goods and services over the internet. Okay, so basically anybody that is doing some sort of a buying, selling through the internet will be, this service will be beneficial to them. Okay, so just to kind of go over this whole thing, I have these 5 rules, and there's a video that I posted in the past about what my criterias are on how to pick successful ICOs. And there's 5 rules that I follow, and if you guys go and watch the video, you guys will understand. And this ICO or this technology that Michael has, this company basically passes all of those 5 criterias. So number 1 would be the team. We already know Michael Stollaire. That's basically, at this point, that's all you need to know. He's a go-getter, very confident. He's a beast when it comes down to not only marketing but also the technological aspect of this entire project. Number 2 would be hype. You guys already know. He's got the word out there so quickly. They actually sold out, only, I think, a week into the ICO or something like that. Almost 2 weeks into the ICO, they sold out and, reached a hard cap of $35 million. The third factor would be the price. It's not the cheapest. It wasn't the cheapest ICO out there. Obviously, one titanium bar, one BAR, was equivalent to $1. So, it wasn't as cheap, I guess, as some of the ICOs that are out there right now. However, the combination of the cost of $1 and also the low supply, the potential is there for this token to be, um, you know, very, very valuable. The mission, number 4 would be the mission. Totally believe in what he's trying to accomplish. A lot of these companies, they're using outdated and basically archaic kind of technology. And I know in one of the videos he's mentioned that companies have basically all their internet infrastructure in one place, being hosted in one place. Something happens to that place, whatever it may be, natural disaster or sabotage because of hacking and things like that. If that happens to this one specific place, basically the infrastructure collapses, which results in millions and millions of dollars being lost, right? So with this new infrastructure that Titanium is offering, and it's just one of the services, by the way. There's a host of other services, but this really one service that he's providing, the company is providing, is just very valuable because it takes away the centralized aspect of hosting the whole enterprise in one place and actually making it decentralized and having it basically across the globe. So if something happens, it's not going to affect the infrastructure, which means the uptime is almost 100%. Okay, so and I think that's just that alone, that service alone is so very, very valuable. There's other services that you guys can read about in the white paper, which would be basically the number 5, the 5th criteria of how to choose an ICO, in my opinion, would be the white paper, and you guys have to read it. It is somewhat very technical, but you will read how these other services, that they're offering, and for example, one of those services would be, I think there was an escrow involved in there, even an exchange, and even like an ICO incubator. So those are some of the services that they provide. You'll read about it in the white paper. So let's see here. Another thing too is, Michael Stollaire, this is not his first company. He has another company, I think it's EHI, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have that here right now showing, but EHI, some of their previous clients are huge. Household names. GE, for example, is one of those clients. HP, IBM, Intel, Microsoft, PayPal. These are all companies that you guys have heard about, and these are companies that could benefit from this infrastructure that Titanium is offering at a fraction of a cost. I mean, it would just be unimaginably. You can't even imagine, or I can't imagine how a company would not want to jump on this. Just alone from number 1, from a stability aspect, okay, having an infrastructure that's stable, and number 2, it's cheaper than what it's costing them now, and not even taking into consideration that they will actually save money by not having as the downtime that they have sometimes. Because every time something goes, something happens, and the infrastructure comes down, they're losing millions and millions of dollars. So it's a win-win situation if they were to really consider, this service. And Michael was actually mentioning also that he is currently pitching this service to Disney, Verizon, and Intel, and I think, as a matter of fact, the Better Business Bureau. I think he mentioned that there might be their very first customers. So in relation to the current supply, I think there's only, as far as I know, I think there's only a total of 60 million bars available. That's a total supply. There will never be any more bars. So 60 million total bars. However, I believe, and please correct me, and I know you guys will, but I believe that there is a circulating supply of 35 million. So basically the bars that were sold during ICO, and possibly just a little bit more than that for other things that the company is going to be using. So I think the circulating supply is just a little bit over 35 million bars. So if you were to look at that, right, 35 million bars, and by the way, the companies that want to use the services of titanium, they actually have to use titanium bars, so our tokens. They have to acquire these tokens to pay for these services. So let that sink in for just a second. If there's only a little bit over 35 million bars available, okay, and a huge corporation wants to purchase the service, they have to get these bars. Now, who are they getting these bars from? From the existing holders. You and me, people that have invested in in the ICO, that participated in the ICO, right? So I know it started unofficially. It started trading at one of the exchanges, and the price that I saw there at one point was about $5.02, something like that, right? But it's been hovering anywhere between, 2.5, 3.5, I think sometimes even up to $4. Okay. But if you guys think about the fact that a company, like, let's just pick the Better Business Bureau, and they wanted to, purchase this service, and I don't know what the price is, right? Because, Michael never mentioned the price, and I'm sure it's going to be different from corporation to corporation, and, how large of a service need they have and things like that, right? So the price would probably vary, but let's just say, most likely it's going to be in the millions. Well, right there alone, if you guys really think about it, if it's going to be in the millions and there's only 35 or a little bit more than 35 million bars available, what will that do to the price? I mean, there's going to be a point where, are we going to be running out of bars? Are we going to be running out of tokens because these large corporations will really, really need this? So if that's the case, the supply is going to be so little that it has to, there's no other way. The price has to come up, right? I mean, if the demand is so high and we're holding these tokens and these corporations need it, they're going to be willing to pay a really, really good amount for this token, and still they would save themselves money. Again, it would be stupid for them not to be, wanting to gobble up every single bar. So that's why I'm so excited about it. Okay, what's the time frame? I don't know. At this point, we're looking at $2, $3, $4, $5 at this point, and that's on one exchange with very little volume, and it seems like the volume is like increasing by the day. And again, this is an unofficial. It's on an unofficial exchange. Who knows what's going to happen when it actually hits one of these exchanges that everybody is aware of, like Bittrex or Binance or any of these bigger ones or well-known ones like Poloniex, right? What will that do to the price, right? Or once some of these corporations start believing in what this really can do and actually start investing in this, let that sink in and think about it, right? So that's pretty much that. I mean, that is my opinion on titanium. I'm glad I'm in it. I have, I wish I did this video sooner. Again, I just have been very, very busy. But, I'm totally in it. I believe in the mission. I believe, absolutely believe in Michael Stollaire. If you guys have not seen any of his videos, just go ahead and type it in YouTube. You guys will see some of his interviews, and you'll see and hear his determination his grit, you know, tenacity. Um, you know, I think everything that he touches is just basically turning into gold. You know, I think he just signed up with 4 other ICOs that, you know, took him on as an advisor. Obviously, you guys all know he's an advisor now for Electronium, and you know, because of him, I think we are actually now finally getting on more exchanges. I know there's Hit BTC that we're going to be on, and I think there's already a next exchange that we're already being traded exclusively, I think, for just a few people right now, but in the next coming few weeks, I think it's going to be open to everybody as well. So that's it, guys. You know, Titanium all the way. Very, 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 very excited about this. You know, very careful about giving out numbers at this point, even though you know, in one of my Facebook posts, you know, I kind of, you know, gave my opinion out there. I think this will be huge. Okay, some people were speculating, you know, triple digits and things like that, or you know, but I think it's going to be a really, really good thing. Okay, that's it, guys. You know, I will try and make another video just as soon as I can, guys. It's just been really, really busy. You know, dealing with work and some other things, but you know, stay tuned. If you guys like this video, you guys know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button. I know some of you guys will be pressing that thumbs down button, but that's okay. And that's it, guys. You know, stay tuned and continue to strive to achieve absolute freedom. See ya.